As you can see, I have the cattle chute or the head gate here at the house. I tried to connect it, as you saw in a previous video, to my panels directly, and it didn't really work out real well. And I know the right way is to sink post in the ground and connect it, but I don't want to sink post where it's at right now because that's not going to be my pins long term. But I need it to function at least twice here coming up in the next couple months. So I brought it home. This is where all my tools and everything are. We're gonna try and see if we can't figure out a way to build some sort of bracket out of wood or pipe or something, and allow it to connect to those panels. Just need it to be functional really about 2 times over the next 8 weeks. And if I can get that to work, then we'll work on a more permanent, correct solution over the winter. This piece of wood on top and bottom is bolted through the actual mounting bracket of this head chute. So I want to take some measurements real fast, and then we're going to see what we need to try and build some sort of frame. It extends out 6 or 8 inches or so. It's a scorcher today, on top of a 73% humidity. I do have the wood over at the barn to build this, or my idea, if I think it'll work. I have the wood to do it over at the barn. I'd really prefer this to be pipe. You know, it doesn't have to be, and I know this is going to be my temporary solution for this corral and head gate, but I still would like it to be pipe, just so that's one little less thing I have to worry about as much. So I don't have any pipe. We're on our way to the store right now to see if we can't find something that might work, and then if we can't, then we'll do it out of wood. I think wood will be fine, but we're gonna give this a go first. All right, supplies are secure. We're gonna try and put this together and see if it'll work. Okay, here's kind of my idea. Of course, you know, it'll stand up kind of like that, act as a leg on the ground and mount top and bottom. In theory, it should work, one for each side, and then clamp this directly to the panels. In theory, it should work, but the only way to know is to try it. So let's see if we can't figure out how to get those plates mounted to the actual head gate. I was trying to find some sort of square, but they didn't have a square piece, and I don't have the tools to punch holes or thread it myself. So we're just gonna do what we have to do to make that work. And there we go. It's attached, comes down, attached, and has a little leg right there. Now let's go get it put on the panels and see how well it works. I was using a new camera, and the time lapse on it for some reason was just a picture every 3 seconds. So enjoy a few pictures instead of a time lapse of me unloading the head gate. Well, we got her on. She's not very pretty at all, but she works. This is a temporary thing, as I've mentioned before. This is not where I want this pin, nor is it how I want it set up long term. I want to move it back over this way, but it's going to cost a lot of money and take a lot of time. And I'd rather do it when it's not 110 outside and some of that grass and weeds have died down. So I'm going to try and do that over the fall and winter. I only need about 80 head to move through here as it sits before I have an opportunity to start on my more permanent setup. I think that'll be more than capable of handling that. It isn't pretty, but it'll work. And right now, like I said, I'm just, if you've been with the channel, you know I'm just taking over this place. I've just bought it in the last few months, and we're trying to start a farm from scratch, has been a theme of the channel the last few years. And you know, one of those things is money and not getting into any unnecessary debt. So if we can make this work and it get us through a season or two, that's all that matters. Then we'll be able to upgrade it without having to go into the debt to do so. And that is always a smarter decision. Yeah, I mean, I'm proud of it. Like I said, it's not pretty, but it works. For watching, I appreciate those of you who have subscribed and follow along with my journey here. It means the world to me. If you hadn't already, please like and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. We got a lot of content coming up. Consistency has been better, and I hope to continue to improve that. If there's anything you want to see, anything you want to know, feel free to leave me comments. I'll try and get that answered or create a video on it, whatever it might be. But I will see y'all next time.